Anna Watson for NNN Sports, joined by Maddie Epke, former Northwestern lacrosse attacker, now current Northwestern field hockey forward. Maddie, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So, you announced just last month that you're joining the field hockey team for the 2026 season. This is not new to you. You played field hockey in high school and you played it at quite a high level. How did this all come to be, you joining the team for this season?
Well, last year when I transferred to Northwestern for lacrosse, I knew that my academics wouldn't be enough, like because of transferring to graduate in 1 year. So I initially talked with Kelly about ideas for that second year, what to do, and she was like, "You could totally come help out, coach a little bit, or manage the team a little bit." Or she's like, "If you have any other sports you like were ever played, you could maybe we could get you a tryout to get a fifth year." And I was like, "Oh, like the only one they have at the school is field hockey." And then I like obviously looked into their field hockey team and they are the best field hockey team in the country. And I was like, perfect. They're should be totally easy to try out for. Um, and Kelly kind of planted the seed for me a little bit in the fall by just bringing up, hey, there's this girl that might be interested next year. But like we'll let you know, we'll talk about it after season. And then literally the day after the Natty, I was like, I went up to Kelly's office and I was like, "Can we go talk and ask field hockey?" I'm like, I want to keep playing." I'm after that we won. I was just so like ready to keep going. So we went over right to the office about two doors down, and I was just like, "Hey, like if you have any roster spots, I'd love the chance to just try out or see if it's a good fit if you guys think so." And they were so awesome. They're pretty close with Kelly and the lacrosse
Right.
staff, so they had me do a couple different tryout things. I played in the practice with the girls. I met with the coaches to kind of so they could get to know my personality, and then I got had to do like an adult league scrimmage type thing
Mhm.
to kind of see how I look in like a game situation. And they filmed it all for Tracy too, and they just went back and told me I got the spot. So then here I am now back at school for preseason. But yeah, and I've always been super into field hockey too.
Yeah.
I got a couple looks at some schools um back in high school when I was playing, but I chose lacrosse. So it was always kind of a dream of mine too to do this. So now it's just awesome I got this chance.
What was some of that instant feedback like from the Northwestern team and Coach Fuchs?
Um, they were super nice. I think
Yeah.
they like I'm very athletic, so honestly just trying to be like an athlete out there. We don't
Mhm.
haven't played in a few years. And they think it's great that I still have my hand-eye coordination
Yeah.
and I'm just kind of like touching up on my skills because everyone's just been so advanced on this team with their
Yeah.
skills. So just trying to catch up and do everything I can to just help out the team any way I can.
How much field hockey had you played since high school?
Not a lot. Every year my sister plays
Yeah.
in high school and
Okay.
she's gonna be a senior this year. So I went and helped her like in the summers and we would just do like an hour of lacrosse, hour of field hockey. But I wasn't necessarily like playing. I did a
Right.
couple adult league scrimmages throughout like the couple years, but really not a lot, but I always would love to like hit around with my high school friends or do like balance activities on my balance board with my field hockey stick for my hands for like draws for lacrosse. So kind of funny how everything kind of relates to each other without even realizing it. And yeah, I mean, I literally didn't like I hadn't picked up my stick in a while.
Mhm.
I always bring my stick to school with me though. I always have. And when I played in that practice, I was like, yeah, I have my stick.
Yeah.
Literally just went out there and I was like, I can't even believe I didn't whiff. Like I haven't it's like a year now. But no, so cool to see how like playing another sport can actually help you with this sport, and cool to see how kind of using some of my like lacrosse knowledge and skills out on the
Yeah.
field now.
So what are some of those knowledge and skills that you took from lacrosse to field hockey?
Well, I think like one thing that's very different is field hockey is very endurance based, and lacrosse is more like my position at least attack was way more like sprint based, like small like sprints back and forth. So it's kind of cool. I'm trying to bring that to my game now in field hockey of like I'm playing forward, so using my sprint to get above defenders and get a ball like fast off the off a pass, stuff like that, or how I can use like my hand-eye coordination on new moves or like shooting technique. Just it's just interesting how like I've been working my hands without even realizing
Yeah.
it's for field hockey too.
What's it like picking up a sport that I assume you knew it in and out in high school and trying to get back into it after years off?
It's going really well so far.
Yeah,
Like the girls are obviously so like awesome. Like anytime I have like a small question, they're like so kind, just tell me right away. Like or
right.
if I doing something a little off, they'll just be like, oh, it's this. And I'm like, oh, sorry, girls, got it. But no, it definitely like kind of came right back. Like all the motions for sure. I thought I was gonna be way more sore than I am 1 week into preseason here. And no, it was really cool to see like the rules haven't changed, so that's
Yeah.
kind of nice. Like if I was going from field hockey to lacrosse, the rules would just be like blowing my mind. So that was pretty easy to kind of just the rules knowing that again. But yeah, I mean basically it's just kind of flowing right back. If I don't remember something, someone will just remind me of like, oh right, forgot. Yes, sounds good. So it's been a pretty like nice transition so far.
Who would you say have been the biggest helpers in your transition?
Ooh, that's a good question. Definitely. I feel like the upperclassmen, like just honestly all of them. It's a very small team actually compared to
Sure.
the lacrosse team. Have been super helpful just because I got to play with them a week before in
Hmm.
some player-led practices to join in, so I can kind of just get a feel of like what practice is like. And they were super helpful, like just teaching me about the routine of field hockey here.
Yeah.
And everything. And then obviously like the coaches have been so helpful, just like texting me and like making sure like I have everything I need to be ready, equipment and like on the field, like game
Yeah.
wise. So everyone has been really big help, but I'd probably say like upperclassmen have been there the most so far to help me out. But even the underclassmen are helping me. So everyone honestly in the team, they're great. They're really bonded and it's really awesome to see their culture.
You mentioned the difference in the size. Is there anything else that is different between the way the lacrosse program runs and the way the field hockey program runs?
Um, it's all like a little different, but it's
Sure.
also so similar, and that's why I think it's so fun to me because both teams here are literally like their cultures are just amazing. That's the reason I picked to come here in the first place. But just seeing how much they care about each other and like no one leaves anyone out. Like we're literally like sisters. It's awesome. It's so cool. Like they're taking me in like they've known me for years.
Yeah.
And it feels that way hanging out with them every day. Uh and I like locker room culture is the same, like super fun place to be in. Team dinners, same, like just everyone's just being themselves, being silly together. Practices are pretty similar. They're really high
Yeah.
intensity, like lower minutes for each drill, but just super high intense, like not a whole lot of just standing around. Everyone's moving, everyone's part of it. Everyone's kind of playing everything right now, so it's kind of
Mhm.
helpful to be everywhere. Um, and then yeah, like you can always go out and do some work early or after, similar to lacrosse, and everything else is the same. Like the training room is the same.
Right.
Yeah, but it's pretty much the same. It's just like different people, so it's
Sure.
fun to meet everyone and make new friends and be part of this one.
From what I can tell from like I'm going into my senior year at Northwestern, but like through the years I've been covering the program, it seems that like across sports, there's just a really good bond between all the Northwestern athletes. Like, were you like, did you have that bond with field hockey players when you were had your first year on the lacrosse team? Like, did that help the transition at all?
So I think it's a cool thing. They room a lot of the field hockey girls with lacrosse girls in
Okay.
their freshman year and sophomore year too. So a lot of the girls already knew each other, and so I already got to meet like basically the whole like returning part of the team.
Hmm.
The only people I didn't know were the new girls, the transfers or the freshmen. So it kind of worked out for that because I got to kind of see like how like awesome of a team they were because they were friends with all of my friends. And I got to meet them all, so they kind of already knew me, and it kind of worked out great for that. But yeah, they're like all very similar, and I've heard only great things through the
Yeah.
girls I knew across, so it kind of worked out for that.
I was also curious because you were drafted by the Boston Guard, 15th pick in the WLL draft. How was it balancing that? Because I know you played this summer. How did you balance lacrosse and starting field hockey at Northwestern? And what were the conversations like with the Guard, knowing that you would be coming back to Northwestern to play field hockey?
Honestly, the coaches and players were like so excited for me when
Yeah.
everyone was texting me or like telling me when we were there and they're like can't wait to see like my storyline there. But I was
Yeah.
just yeah, this is such a cool thing. And I mean, I bet like all of them wish they could have like also done something like this. So they're like
Mhm.
super cool to see it happening. Um It is gonna be interesting. I'm not really sure because this is the first year of the league, like
Right.
how it's gonna work. My team did not make the playoffs, so I'm not gonna miss anything so far for this fall. But again, I'm not really sure what else we have because I don't really know because no one knows 'cause it's the first year.
Right.
So we'll figure. I'm just gonna figure it out as we go along. But they all knew that I was when I initially got drafted. That she knew that I had to come back for academics anyway,
Mhm.
and thought I was just maybe like helping out with the lacrosse team. So this is just honestly kind of expected coming back here, but now it's a little bit fun surprise to be back playing sports still.
So if you could break down your summer, how much of it, like, so you win the national championship, the next day you're, hey, I want to do this. I want to field hockey it. How much of the summer is spent with the Boston Guard? And how much is it preparing and trying out for field hockey?
So I was still trying to like touch my lacrosse stick in any way
Hmm.
possible. Guard. I played in 2 games this summer, and it's only like a one like couple day long event, those games.
Hmm.
So like, I have to prepare myself outside of that. So it is kind of nice to have my sister, and she's committed to play lacrosse at Furman actually.
Hmm.
So she's into lacrosse, but she also is the captain of her field hockey high school team. So she wanted to do both. And I just met up with my high school field hockey coach a lot, who was so excited for me and helping me out, just like touch up on some skills and stuff. And then a couple of my old teammates from high school that still play like D3 or club or just still stay with it and I wanted to kind of come help out. And they were great too. Everyone just came and everyone was just so excited for me. So they wanted to like help me out. It's cool to see like how my old connections have just still been here for me over the years with that. But yeah, just trying to do a little bit of each every day and then still get some like weight training in. Like I'm training like a college athlete because
Right.
I and just making sure that I worked a lot on endurance because I was like, it's not as much sprinting, it's way more endurance. So,
Hmm.
just trying to get in like the couple missing pieces I needed. But mostly it was pretty easy to do both.
Okay.
I was coming back to school, so it's not like I was working a job. I was just coaching my youth
Hmm.
in the summer and doing some camps. So I wasn't too busy of a summer with that, just balancing getting up in the morning and getting right to it, doing both sports for a little bit. If I needed to do one more than the other, that was okay that day, and just kind of having a plan there. And I came back a little bit early to work with the girls and the without the coaches at first, and that was nice too. And I still have my lacrosse stick ready to go for whenever I'm needed. But I'm gonna try to keep that in my hand too this whole fall, and at least like I'm thinking like 2, 3 times a week, just get out on the wall or do something so that way I don't lose my touch with that because that would not work for the
Right.
plan in the future. So yeah, balancing is going to be kind of a fun little thing I'm going to figure out with school coming back up. But right now it's actually nice because there is no school for a while and we start super late. So
Right.
it's pretty easy to kind of get everything done.
So I assume you were back in Connecticut when you were meeting up with your high school coach and your former
Yes.
teammate. What were some of the biggest things they passed on to you during this period?
In like the summer,
Yeah.
they were mostly just trying to like remind me that I just got to be confident and just
Yeah.
have gratitude for even being in the situation. Like I would say like my whole entire high school team would have loved to play for the national championship hockey team. The fact that I'm getting this chance is just so amazing. And I'm definitely not taking it for granted. Like soaking in every single minute and I get to be out there with the girls, any single opportunity to be with them and learn about like different things through the sport. And yeah, it was cool to see like they were just excited to see that I'm still able to like, play and do this. So I think they're just kind of helping me out and making me build my confidence back to get back out there.
Looking back to high school, what were some of your favorite things about your own game? What were the things that you were best at and you think are going to translate the best at Northwestern?
I just think I was a very like different player than a traditional field hockey player, which is kind of
Mhm.
funny. Uh, and I played ice hockey, field hockey, and
Right.
lacrosse growing up for years. So I kind of used a piece of everything everywhere. So like even lacrosse, like everyone would kind of say I shot like I was playing field hockey and I was like on the ball nice and low and I was like interesting. I don't even realize it about myself. So just using like my hand-eye coordination to the best I can of like in my dodges and then using my speed was always my biggest thing. Um, because a lot of times some players are way more like technical and they have such great skill, but if they're missing the speed, then you can't just run by people. So trying to use like everything I've got and bring it to my game is kind of what I'm doing now. And just remembering like the player I was in high school and uh, thinking I can get even better than that here because the girls around me are going to make me better. So it's going to be great.
You also mentioned earlier that you had a few of those field hockey offers. You chose lacrosse. Why did you initially choose lacrosse out of high school?
I think I don't fully remember. I think there's just a little more. It was a while ago now. 7 years ago, I guess.
Yeah.
That's crazy. There was definitely way more like opportunities I had
Mhm.
in lacrosse. And I wasn't like again, like the type of field hockey I've always played was very unique. And I
Mhm.
just didn't know if I would fit into the college game enough. But I knew my lacrosse game was unique in a way that was for lacrosse, if that makes sense. Like taking draws and playing attack were my biggest things, and I chose to go to JMU, which was a great experience for me. And I had so much fun there and had a great time. And then I got to come here and see a whole nother side of like how they practice, how they play here in Northwestern lacrosse. And I think I always like I got to chase my dream of winning the national championship. So then I was like, if we're on the dream list, I've got one more here. I want to play this too growing up. So um yeah, I don't really know. I think I just picked lacrosse. I love them both though, so it was
Right.
really hard. But I think there's a little bit more opportunity for me in lacrosse, and I got to do a lot through it too. Like now I'm drafted. I got to play on the U20 USA team growing up, so like there's just a little bit more for me there. And my family was a little bit more knowledgeable in lacrosse because we just grew up with it. No one was really familiar with field hockey. My mom played for like 1 year in high school, I think, but like we were just definitely more into lacrosse as a unit. So it was a little bit easier to decide there.
I know we hear about like a welcome to the NFL moment. And from practicing with the field hockey squad so far, have you had a welcome to Northwestern field hockey moment?
Yeah. Well, this is so fun. The first practice, we did like a double session with just freshman transfers and me because I'm kind of like a
Sure.
newbie as well. Um, and we did that like for an hour before the real practice with everyone, just the first day, so we can kind of just see some drills. And I literally went to, I was demoing the first drill, first pass just fully missed. I was like, I think I was just really nervous, but it was fine after that. But that was just really funny, and that was definitely a welcome to the welcome. But
What-
no, like it's been great, and like
Yeah.
anytime I'm like I did something like a little bit off or something, everyone's just been right there to help me out. So no one's made me feel like I'm not as important as them. So that's why it's cool to be part of this group.
And through the preseason, what's one part of your game that you've been really excited to see grow?
Oh, that's a good question. I am really excited I've always wanted to play forward,
Hmm.
actually. I was always a midfielder in high school, and I've always thought, like, I feel like I'd be really good at forward. So I can, like, bring it up there and just grab a ball and try and dribble around since take a shot. But I'm kind of excited to just see where that develops as
Yeah,
me playing that position because I've always thought that I would be a better forward than midfielder growing up. And not that I did terrible at midfield, but I just always in my head thought maybe that would be better for me.
sure.
But it's just cool to kind of see to get that opportunity to finally play and see how I can uh play that position differently. And maybe skill wise,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get really good skills. I wanna have all the shots down pretty solid and yeah, like all like the technical skills I want to get down. The things that I feel like I was missing in high school, I want to bring them to the game to full circle everything.
What's one technical skill you're hoping to add?
I definitely want to get like my hits and sweeps really accurate and like try to
Hmm.
get a better shot too. Like situations where I could probably like shoot from anywhere if
Yeah,
needed. And just being able to do everything with my head up the whole time, I feel like is the biggest thing. Like, I know there was definitely a point in my game in high school where I was doing that, but obviously not playing for a while. Like, I'm definitely a little ball watching on the ground. So just trying
sure.
to make have my head up. Yeah. Trying to have my head up and be able to play with my head up like the whole time, just having the ball on my stick and like just knowing exactly where it is. It's getting a little bit better every day, but I definitely think like there I can get back to that point, and that's what I'm trying to do.
The switch from midfielder to forward, was that something that you were the impetus for that? You went to Coach Fuchs and said, "This is what I want to do," or was it more the coaching staff looked at what you did and thought you fit best there?
Think it was kind of a combo of both because
Mhm.
initially talking about like positions when I first met with the coaches, I they were asking the way they run their system's a little different, obviously, than my high school system.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I was always like the center midfield for my high school, but I kind of like did a lot of stuff for them. Like I was like up on the corners, I was playing defensive, like I was kind of all over the place because it was high school field hockey.
Mhm.
But I was like, but I always thought I was a little bit more offensively minded, like similar to lacrosse, how I ended up I played midfield for high school and I played attack in college. And I was like kind of similar. I feel like I was definitely a little bit more better on the attack, but wherever you guys see me is the place that I will be at and give my all to. So all good with me wherever I go. And I guess after watching my clips, they thought maybe forward was the move. So I've been kind of just trying out different spots up there and seeing what fits well.
And last question, what is the thing you are most excited for in this season of Northwestern field hockey?
Wait, this is so funny because I literally got asked this today at the psych that we had our like field hockey like Northwestern psychology meeting and they asked but and I said I was just excited to play field hockey again.
Yeah.
But I feel like the thing I'm just most excited for is just it's again pretty basic, but getting to play on a team again. Like I kind of thought my time of a college team, like I thought my time was kind of done, and that's what made me kind of upset about and wanting to play again with this team because like being part of a college team is one of the coolest experiences you can have. Like the bonding we do, the time we spend together, like we live the same lives. We're on away trips, it's so fun, like getting to hang out, see all new places, meet new teams, see like other campuses and what they're all about, and it's like experience like no other. And I wasn't ready to give it up yet, so I'm just grateful to have this opportunity, and I am like just so excited to kind of just see what everything the season holds. And I literally like, even though we're doing like sprints at practice and like I'm sweating more than like ever in this heat, I literally have like a smile on my face the whole practice because I just love getting to play again, and this is just a dream come true. So I'm so thankful for everything so far.
Maddie, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it and getting to learn more about your switch here.
Yes. Thank you so much.